Inspiration can come from the most unexpected places. The origin of Static Nightmare was a random nightmare its developer had. Trapped in a black void, Boyfriend must sing against distorted copies of himself. He does not know what awaits him, yet he still holds that negligent smile. Today, I will be taking a deep dive into these nightmares, seeing what they have to offer. If you enjoy this content and want to see more, please leave a like and subscribe. The art plays heavily on the statement less is more. Each distorted copy is faceless and has very little animation. The creep and restyle have their black outlines shift as their poses, and the idol loops through these poses. The polygon has sections of its body disappear as its poses, and the sideways creep has no poses at all, just an unnerving 2 frames for an idol. The only copy that is different is the one in Face Off. Boyfriend repeatedly switches out with a copy, so its poses are the same as his own. Everything has a gray tint to it, and, as the mod's name suggests, features static. The losing icons for the copies are filled with static, and the same happens to Boyfriend if he loses. There is also a videotape that plays when you enter the game.
There is no explanation provided.
The art does an incredible job at creating an unnerving, mysterious atmosphere. Following suit, the music also creates an incredible atmosphere. From just the menu theme, the mod has set up the scene as mysterious. Mirror takes that atmosphere and develops it. With a dark feeling as its base, the music treats the copy as a threat and builds the intensity throughout the song. The first version of the song, now referred to as the beta version, is more unnerving compared to the serious vibe of the current version. Edge takes more of a sinister approach, creating a stronger tension. Switch goes the other way, focusing on the mysterious, unnerving mood. Face Off makes the confrontation turn physical, shifting the music to feel more like a fight. Then there is Sideways, which is a consistent loop of a music pattern that has more force with its instrumental compared to the other songs. Sideways keeps it simple, being more of a mood setter than a full song. The vocals play well to their respective songs, with each one featuring different effects for the voices, or even different voices altogether. I am not a fan of the note spam portion in Mirror, which appears in both versions, but it is well placed in the overall structure. Also, the polygon sounds like Boyfriend from the Shaggy mod. To send it off, the game over is nothing but the chime of a grandfather clock.
It is time to wake up from this illusion.
The soundtrack is well crafted with how it sets the mood with each song. The gameplay is good. What?
If he does not want to say it, then I will. The charts are very enjoyable to play, even with Mirror's note spam and Face Off's 1000 notes. These charts also use note placement to support the atmosphere. They follow the logic of watch then repeat pretty well, but Edge does something different. In 2 different instances, the polygon has a chart that is either undesirable or inhuman to play. Having charting differences to reflect the opponent's ability to hit any note allows for unique ways to support the mood. Another aspect is the intentional inclusion of extra notes. He has stated an opinion on this before.
My logic for appropriate use of doubles and above are if there are multiple sounds playing at the same time.
His thinking is not without reason, but he fails to consider the matter of atmosphere. The use of extra notes can help to add tension to the song. The voice may not match, but the chart is affecting the mood. There is also an intriguing use of hurt notes. Yes, they are here, but they are not used for their function. In Sideways, the copy will sing 2 small verses. Instead of notes appearing on its side, hurt notes covered in static will appear on Boyfriend's side. If you want more of a challenge, try out the crack mode, where the notes are pitch black and—
We are not going there. With only a few charting errors, the gameplay has a great feel to it. The writing for this mod does a lot to show and not tell. The story, for what can be found, is vague, leaving it up to the imagination of the player. There is no clear story.
Only us.
The menus have a different appeal compared to the base game. The background now has an ominous feel, and the use of sharp text and visuals gives more of a serious impression. To find some of the songs, you have to think outside of the box. From here, you can find a lurking copy, the crack mode toggle, or access a command box. You type in codes to access songs. One is fitting, while the other is based on a riddle. If quizzes are quizzical, then what are tests? Funny. While that was planned, there was an unexpected bug in version 1. The timer bar would go beyond its border, making for a ghostly feel. Unfortunately, this has been fixed. The writing creates an immersive environment with the little that it does. That is everything that I have to discuss. Here's a recap of my scores for the mod. Static Nightmare is an incredible mod built from a sudden occurrence. It expresses the scenario of having a nightmare that you cannot explain, and the mystery serves as an enticing aspect to keep the player immersed.
We deserve as much for...
Don't get ahead of yourself. Feel free to share your thoughts on the mod in the comments below. Until next time.